Thank you so much for joining us today for UA92's webinar of asking, where are the UA92 graduates now? My name is Adetiloye. I studied business finance and graduated in 2022. Now I'm a partnership manager at Evaluate. They deal with HR and health and safety software.
My name's Lucy. I studied sports management and I graduated in 2024, and I now do events. I'm an events and hospitality executive for Sedulo.
I'm Rosie. I studied physical education, graduated in 2023, and I am now a PE teacher.
I'm Taryn. I studied sport and exercise science. I graduated in 2022 and I'm now currently a PhD student and a strength and conditioning coach.
I'm Neve. I graduated in 2024 and studied sports management. I'm currently doing my Masters in psychology, but my previous job role was player care officer at Blackpool Football Club.
Yeah, I'm going to do a shuffle, guys, I'm sorry. I started it, I've got to carry it on. So what do you miss most about uni life?
The holidays.
Yeah.
Time off.
Yeah.
Like
Spare time.
Yeah, doing the modules and then you just get a bit of a break for a week and then
Yeah, that was lovely. Yeah.
chill.
Just chill?
Yeah.
Just sleep all day? Huh?
Probably like going out on the week social life Wednesdays.
True Wednesdays.
Sports Wednesdays, I like them because you do like sport in the day. And then, our house was the house that everyone would go to. And then we'd have like a few drinks there and then we'd end up going out. So I think the social life and then also the people. So I loved all my lecturers, loved all my class. So yeah, so the people and the social life is what I miss the most.
I feel like we had such a close-knit group as well.
Yeah,
There's like
we did.
6 of us who are still friends now, and without UA92 we obviously would never have crossed paths with people from London and Liverpool and Manchester. So I think the people is definitely spending every day with people that you spent the last 2-3 years with is a big thing to adapt from, especially leaving and going into your own little paths, because you were in it together and then you were all doing different things. So I did Cert HE and then went on to my second and third year and got my degree. But I think the thing that stood out for me was the no exams, obviously not being that academic in school and not really revising or putting my all into it. That's the one thing that kind of stood out, that I thought actually I can get through uni and not be stressing as much as I would be if I had to remember X, Y and Z. And I think also the one module at a time allows you to focus on one thing at a time rather than 10,000 things going on, scrambling your head. So they're probably like the two, upon the recommendation, the two that stood out for me for UA92.
Yeah, I think mine's a bit similar. I'm dyslexic, so having the kind of set blocks for one subject at a time was really helpful to have just that sole focus instead of like being all over the place, having multiple different things you needed to do. And also the no exams was really helpful as well without the exam stress and revision and stuff like that. So it was nice to have kind of the assignment based and be a bit more practical with it all as well.
No exams for me definitely as well. Like, when you do high school, you're in high school for 5 years, you get to year 10, you're like, when is this going to end? Then you get to, of course you finish, and then you just get out of it thinking that, of course you do college as well, college exams, you just want to get to a stage where there's no exams involved then. And I think the structure of the courses, like my course, it was structured well. The modules, the lessons as well, AM, PM, getting the choice to pick gives you the chance to either rest in the morning, come in, or you do the lesson in the morning, then have the rest of the day to yourselves. And the support is also incredible as well. The tutors, they go beyond and above just to see you through, so definitely.
Mine was similar to that, but also the access for me. Not like buildings and things, more like because I wanted to do PE, but I had that barrier of my chair. So a lot of institutions when I went to open days were like stuttering, not knowing what to do. Came here and Owen was here doing the open day for PE, and he just was like straight into it, like I could do this and this. I was there for like at least 2 hours, just Owen just rambling on like he does. But yeah, that was my main reason.
That's probably good.
Next question.
Yeah. So, in like accommodations, you got a uni accommodation here, or are you all based in Manchester? Did you?
I stayed in academy apartments.
Did you?
Yeah.
How was that like?
No, it was good. I just like burnt a few things.
I made a few pumpkins.
I like made a pumpkin. And then we went away for like, you know that... we went away for that half term and I come back and it was just like mouldy all over my apartment. It was so embarrassing. I was there and even just like, you are gross. I was like, yeah. I just didn't think that would happen with the pumpkin. So yeah, but other than that,
Poor pumpkin.
I did well at Academy Apartments, I think.
Yeah.
Neve used to stay a lot.
Yeah, I lived at home. I'm only local, but having the opportunity to kind of live that uni life away from home with people that's like lived in academy or second and third year, they had houses.
Yeah.
So you still got that balance even if you were living at home, that social life. Because I thought it could be quite isolating, like living with this, like my mum and dad.
Yeah.
I loved every minute of it. It was less responsibility, but also like you do miss out on that social side. So it was nice to have that balance.
Yeah, that's nice. I stayed at home, but the people as well, that was a big difference for me. Like, of course, you come in for the lectures, but you also come in to see everyone.
Yeah.
So, like you said, 5, 6, 7 of us used to always, on lunch or, during the break, just be together. And that also made me look forward to it a lot. And it shows, of course, even with you guys being in the accommodation and me living in Manchester, same experience.
Yeah.
And it just goes to show everything, even outside of modules, what they put together, it just helps for getting to meet people and just getting on and literally making friends for life. Like,
yeah, it's like a family.
Like a family.
Yeah, it is.
Proper.
Cute.
I'm going to break the family.
What do you wish you knew before you started uni? It's a tough one.
How to do my washing. How to cook, how to clean. I think I underestimated that you'd actually have to grow up and do things for yourself.
Yeah.
So I think that was one key thing I wish I'd known before I went to uni. Maybe practice some dishes and dinner. First year I just ordered off Deliveroo all the time and I was skint. So I think cooking, that is one thing you need to know before you go.
Last lesson.
Adult life.
Start a cooking show for everyone that's wanting to join.
You know what? I'm quite a good chef now.
There we
Got
go.
through it, yeah.
I'm not sure.
I'd say networking in terms of building in your LinkedIn.
Yeah.
I wish I knew that before coming to uni, because those first few guest lectures that we had, I was being straight on it and making those connections. And it wasn't until second year I think I got LinkedIn and started to add people who had guest lectures in the first year, so it was a bit of a delayed connection. So I think that's something that I wish I knew before to be able to build my network.
Yeah, I agree with that. LinkedIn, I think it's a really big thing now as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's good to have
The LinkedIn post. It was grilled into you in first year and you were this won't be beneficial, why do we need to do this, set up this profile. I think we had an assessment based on a LinkedIn profile.
Yeah, we did.
We were made to do it. And I'm looking back, I'm so thankful that we did, because of the connections again you make on that you want with people day to day. And like you said before, messaging people, people are so friendly, they'll be there if you to answer your questions. But yeah, if you do come to UA92, the networking is crucial.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think it's good because they give you a bit of confidence to do that as well, and the opportunities to network as well.
There's so many.
Yeah, so many things that they put on. Yeah.
Next question?
Yeah, go on then.
I'm the chosen. All right. Can you do postgraduate education after studying UA92?
I'd say yes. Definitely, from doing my masters and now doing a PhD. I think without UA92, obviously I wouldn't be where I am doing a PhD. And it really kind of gave me those foundation blocks to be able to go into my masters, do that, and then to bring those to my PhD as well. I think UA92 really helped me get the connections, get the experience to build up my CV to be able to get these positions that I've got now.
When did you realise that you wanted to do a master's and a PhD? Was that during uni? Or?
It was, I'd say it was final year. We did strength conditioning as a block and I loved it, and my research project was a strength conditioning intervention, and so that was it. Then I did a master's in strength conditioning, and then I'm doing kind of a physiology, strength conditioning type PhD at the moment. So it kind of moulded the whole future that I'm in now. So
Yeah, it did for me as well. I actually got my teaching placement through uni. So one of the partnerships with uni was Ashton-on-Mersey High School, who have their own skit, and they came in and we were guaranteed an interview with them through uni. So that's how I got onto my PGCE.
That's well good.
Yeah.
You see how the dots just connect.
Yeah.
Because of course you start first day at uni, you're like, you just want to take it as it comes. By the time you get to second, third year, you're like, I know what I want to do.
Yeah.
It just gets you excited. All those years it gets you excited and ready for work in life or whatever comes next. Like for you, of course, master's, PhD, and you're loving it, which is good.
I think leading on from that as well, that year 3 was like the turning point for me of what I wanted to do with my career. So it was this time last year when we were thinking about what to do for dissertation and final projects, and I did mine in player care in football, and then that led me to my role at Blackpool. But then my master's, so my degree was obviously sports management and my master's is psychology, so it couldn't be too far apart. But it's through that role and through that research that I wanted to develop further, which is why I've chosen to do the Masters. And the undergrad was one thing, never thought I'd do that, but then obviously getting it and getting my results led me to get onto this Masters course, which I'm doing at the minute. So yeah, if you'd have told me like even 3 years ago that you were going to do a Masters, I'd be like, you're pulling my leg, like that's not going to happen. Honestly, the last person you'd expect. And I think my mum and dad were a bit shocked as well when I told them. I was like, oh yeah, I've just enrolled, and they're like, what? But yeah, it's UA92 definitely, like you said, gave me the foundations to then go into education post graduation.
I get the next question. What was your favourite memory from like your graduation day?
Oh.
Do you want to start?
Do you want to start?
You seem really excited.
No, yeah, you did. You seem really excited. You had a little giggle.
I think we need to hear your story first.
I think it was that girl with the light up violin. I was just like so amazed. I was like, whoa.
Some little things in life.
Literally my favourite thing about graduation, and the food. Do you not have any of the food?
No, it doesn't. I didn't know there was
gyros,
food.
is that how you say it? And it was really nice.
Gutted.
Yeah, and then it was just also just really nice to all be together, because we hadn't seen each other for like, what? 3 months. And then we were all together and we all went out for some drinks. It was nice. But yeah, that's my favourite part. The light up violin girl. We were all like this.
Yeah, it was good.
For me, there was this, of course, everything about the graduation was proper good. But I remember this, I was sat, there was this one guy in front of me, I don't know whether he was, same year of course, but he wasn't in my class, but he had this confetti thing hid in his pocket that he wanted to just, maybe when he gets on stage, he just wants to let it go. He was just showing it to me, he was like, yeah, I'm gonna, but I think the next thing, one of the teachers said, no, you're not able to do that, and he was just sitting there. So that was one of the funniest, ones. I was like, because he was looking forward to it, but in the end he was still able to, just wave or just, walk off. And for me, it was all the food and just, around the cricket ground, you just see the view of the stadium. It's like, wow, sunny day, there's music playing, just taking all in, with friends, family. That was just so good as well for me. So, yeah.
Yeah, we had ours at Victoria Warehouse. We were the first ones to have ours at Victoria Warehouse.
Yeah, it was
so cool
insane.
in there. Yeah, it's huge.
Yeah, it is massive.
Yeah.
It was so good. There was so much of graduation that you could say.
It was all good.
Yeah, like from start to finish, there's always something going on. Like the team went all out. But I think a personal highlight or achievement from graduation was winning my award for my player care dissertation, because I'd put so much work into it, and because it was something that I was genuinely passionate about, and scoring the mark that I did, I think. Yeah, that topped like my uni experience, knowing that I'd made some sort of impact, and yeah, that was good for me.
Did you thought like you're gonna get that award? Or?
I thought you were.
Well, I knew like my score, and like my tutors had made hints like Froz and Spencer were like dropping in things, and Spencer was messaging me like, what have you done while you've been at uni? I'm like, what's he up to? And then got on stage and I was like, oh my, if my name comes up on this screen, like I literally creased inside. I was like, what am I going to do? I was more worried about my heels. Like, I could not walk in the heels that I wore at graduation. So to walk on stage with everyone is like something on its own, but like when it's just you and all eyes on you, I was like, please don't say me, please don't say me. I just remember saying something to Gary Neville and he burst out laughing. Probably shouldn't have said that, but yeah.
Do you remember when Beth ran up? She ran up the slope in her heels because she was on the toilet when she got her award.
Yeah, and I was like, what are you?
I was like, how do you run?
I could barely walk, never mind run.
She definitely practiced beforehand.
Yeah, she knew. What about you guys?
I'd say having Sir Alex Ferguson.
I'm so jealous.
So jealous.
Yeah, as the
Ferguson.
first graduates, I think that was pretty cool to be the first ones, and to have him there was just amazing. Again, being a United fan and seeing him there, giving us this like inspirational talk, you're just like, wow. So that was I'd say that was definitely my highlights, and obviously seeing everyone. And again, we've not seen them for 3 months, but that was definitely the best part.
Yeah. There's too much going on at us, I'm not gonna lie. I was like you, I loved the food. Food was.
Fuming about this food. Why did I
it was
not
literally
know?
right in front of you.
I didn't
As
eat
soon as
a
you
single
left the thing, there was the stall was there.
I wasn't going to touch it, but my mum was like, raiding it.
I'd have been raiding it if I'd known.
And they're bringing them round as well. Like, how did you?
Yeah, they had
no.
waiters bringing food.
Did you go home straight after? Or?
No, I was there for quite a while after. Like, this is worrying that I was so oblivious.
It was in that bit. But
There was too big. Here, there, and everywhere.
I would have said the next time. But,
no, you graduate from your masters, don't you?
yes,
Yeah,
graduation.
that's true. Let's hope they have food.
Should we do the next question?
Yeah.
You now.
What was the highlight of your time at UA92?
Oh.
I feel like we've touched
a
on
good
loads
question.
already, haven't we?
Yeah.
I like my netball team.
Oh, yeah.
We didn't win many games, but
It's taking part that
you know what? I think it was one game we won, but the happiness when we won that game, I think we all cried. I would say that being part of a sports team is so fun. And then we did, because obviously the uni's a bit smaller, and it's obviously grown since then, but we used to do our socials with like the football team and the women's and boys football team, so we all had like a massive social. And they were always really nice. And then watching other people as well. So like went and supported the other teams. I like that. It's probably a highlight.
That's proper good. That I think for me.
You're not on the football team.
No, I wasn't on the football team. I didn't make it. No.
Really?
Now I'm joking. I think it's because of the time with my training. I just couldn't give myself time.
Too
You know.
dedicated to Salford.
But there were times where I still go and watch them play, watch the boys play, you know, because they had an A team, a B team, so and
It's like 4 teams.
I'm telling you.
It was 5.
It was a 5.
Yeah.
Regan's
Five
really
teams.
doing his
Regan,
doing his graft.
Yeah, he did. And I think all the teams won something. So just Regan, the sporting team, they did really well in terms of training, commitment, and everything. So so I was part of the fans. That's but in terms of my course, I remember either second year or third year, we had this enterprise challenge, and we were set maybe 2 days or 3 days just to go around campus. We all think of a business idea.
Oh, I remember
So-
this.
Yeah.
People were selling like cakes.
Cakes, yeah.
Lucas Aids.
Yeah.
High school.
Memories.
It worked.
So what we did cakes. I didn't bake, of course. My baking skills are okay. But one of the people on the team, they baked. We brought them in, tried to, we turned into pictures, sellers. We were able to, I think, make like 40, 50 pounds. We didn't come top because some other people, of course, within the class, they had better ideas. But it's just the experience, like. It's you're feeling proper business-like, really applying everything that you're learning on the screens in practical, and it's a bit of fun as well. So that's one of my highlights.
Yeah, I'd say Young Enterprise was good as well. We got, I I think we got to like the finals. Yeah, no, we did. Yeah, we got to like the finals or something. And that was good in terms of a business, because then we all had like our little roles as well.
Nice.
So that was good for some experience as well.
Yeah.
In terms of working life. We felt like we were in a little business. We'd meet every Friday morning, we'd go over our little business plan. But that was fun, I enjoyed that. Yeah.
Much proper with that.
Yeah, anyone else?
I'd say just the friends, like, as we've said, UA92 is like a family, and I think being, especially like the first year, there was only a small group of us, so I think how we all were so close, and I'm still close with so many people now who are friends for life, and I think that was definitely my highlight of having some special people.
Yeah, my class was quite small. There was one time when we all laughed at me because Ryan, one of the lecturers, took us all to the park to play frisbee golf, and it had been raining and I'd got stuck and I had Ryan and everyone dragging me out of the grass.
No way.
Yeah, it was quite funny. And then because the battery was going slow to try and get out, we ran out of battery and they all had to like help me get back. That was
A team bonding.
Yeah, it was proper team bonding. Yeah.
That's great.
Ready for the next one?
Next question.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I won't shuffle it anymore. There's not much left. So, what's one thing you'd like to achieve in the next 10 years?
Be rich. I'm joking.
Yes to that.
No, it'd be nice, wouldn't it? I think just work on like more events, get out there. Maybe possibly start my own business. I think that'd be quite cool. But yeah, more travelling. I'd like to do some travelling as well at some point in my life. Like cool to go to like Ibiza and do events there maybe.
That'd be so good.
Yeah. By the way, you said you did a business enterprise challenge. What was the business idea that you did?
I can't remember now. No, I'm joking. It was like, we had like this website, and then if you click on the link, so like say if it was Costa and you clicked on it through our website, whatever you bought, it would like transfer into how many trees we built in like a place that needs trees. And then
Planted.
Pardon?
Planted.
Planted, what did I say?
Built.
Build. Build the trees in plant. Sorry, to put in and water them. No, joking, we wouldn't. But we'd like sorry. And then we'd send the report of how many trees they planted, so they would know what they're doing for the environment. But it was good. Joe was like the core driver.
Yeah.
He was so passionate. He loved it. So that was our little plan.
That's a proper cool idea. I like that.
Yeah, it was good for the because I think the theme of it, like they have a theme every year, and it's sustainability.
Okay.
I'm sure it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we hosted. I can't remember which one we hosted, which round we hosted, but UA92 hosted one of the rounds. So that was cool.
Nice.
What was the original question?
What would you want to be?
Next 10 years.
What do you think you'd like to achieve
Sorry,
in the next 10 years?
I'd say for me, like, of course, look to get married.
Oh yeah.
Then even outside of that,
Oh,
settle down. Then business as well. You know, like that's why I studied business finance. Being able to learn about the economics, all these things, got me proper hyped up. It still got me hyped up, you know, because you get the knowledge, like I said, the exposure. So in the next 10 years, hopefully apply that in whatever way I can see that. If it's in the sports aspect, if it's, you know, like Lucy mentioned, whatever aspect. But, you know, on the business, and really, you know, I think what the course also made me realize as well, it's not about the money or the turnover, it's about the value you provide. You know, like you plant trees, you make a difference. That's what I want to do, you know, make a difference with the business and just see what the future takes, you know, see what it holds, you know.
I think for me, obviously Blackpool was the start of my career and something I'm really passionate about. So I think build on that career, work my way up. Obviously, there's categories in academy football, so work my way up to a category 1.
Nice.
And then, put my expertise into there, and hopefully with my psychology masters that will help kind of a different avenue when I get older and I can't be young and fitting anymore. So yeah, build my way up my career in football.
That's proper good.
Yeah.
Do you still play or?
I played in primary school, then
Okay.
I went to secondary and it wasn't kind of accepted for women to play football.
Oh.
And then in uni, I think I trained like twice with the women's football team in my final year. I didn't play one game because of my match day stuff.
Okay.
And then obviously solely working it now. I couldn't run 20 minutes on a pitch if I tried anymore. But yeah, that's where I am.
Yeah.
So for me, for the next 10 years, is finish my PhD and hopefully have some kind of key findings that could help within women's sport in terms of how menstrual cycle can influence and affect performance. So being able to potentially find some answers for that would be really cool, pretty cool for the future.
It's such a good topic.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Last
Whose
question.
go is that?
It's yours?
Is it mine?
I forgot.
Oh, yay. Oh, it's you leverage.
Oh.
What was the hardest thing you found to adapt to whilst a student?
Doing really long assignments. You know, like the 5,000 word ones.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And managing at the beginning was like managing my time to make sure I didn't leave it last minute, because I was quite bad at that in first year. Like I'd be like, oh my gosh, it's due next week and I've done 200 words, not 2.
Spencer looking like
Sorry, Spencer. I'm lying, I was joking. But yeah, managing time, definitely. But you learn to get better at that, I'd say. But first year was a very last minute job and a lot of things. But just knowing, like, say you do 500 words one day kind of thing, knowing like your routine or how to best like.
It's like having a timetable.
Yeah. So I started making timetables for my long assignments, like
Nice.
planning it into my day to day, and it worked a lot better.
Yeah.
And I wasn't as stressed. So I'd say that the long assignments are probably
Yeah.
time management.
Yeah. I'd agree with that.
Yeah.
First year, do you know what?
He's
It
too
comes last minute.
excited.
Jolly up.
It comes last minute. All the pressure's on, huh?
Yeah.
But you fast forward to third year, like you said, long assignments, especially for the last dissertation, which is like 6,000-7,000 words. I was able to, because of course, in lesson the tutor would say, okay, you want to be able to write this at this period in time, and I was just following that structure. But year 1, year 2 helped me to improve my time management. Rather than being there, wanting to go, I'm like, okay, let's get started. I did it months prior, and I saw the quality and how it came out. The accuracy, the results, and it was good. Thanks to the little things, the tips picked up for time management.
I feel like the novelty of uni doesn't wear out until like your second year anyway. Like
Yeah.
you want a bit of fun, and then it comes around and you're like, actually, I do have to do some work and I have to hand something in on a piece of paper. So I think that's the hardest part, and like, related to that is like the workload. Obviously, I came from an apprenticeship where I pretty much, my work was a textbook. I literally copied and pasted a textbook and it got passed. And that was like my tutor's directions, not my own. So it was very laid back, very easy. Every once in a while she'd come in and check my work, and then coming into uni and being held accountable for your work every 3 or 6 weeks, however many assignments you had a block. I think that was the hardest reality check probably, that you've actually signed up to do something, not just party and go out, which in your second and third year from experience your priorities change anyway, and like I said, in your third year you've kind of set out and you know what you're going to do for each assignment and how to balance that better. No?
Okay,
Anyone
so
else?
last question. Okay, the last one. The big one. Okay, this is a good one actually. Did you ever get to meet Gary Neville, or class of 92?
Yeah. He asked me how my cake was once. And I was like, And that's probably the only time I've seen him a few times after that, but that's my core memory, because I went home and said, Mum, Gary never last time I came. And that's my claim to fame. That actually probably is my claim to fame.
Gary never knows who you are.
Yeah, well, he probably doesn't remember.
Do you remember when you asked me about my cake?
Probably like, now you make it up.
I feel like you see them quite regularly. Like
Yeah,
if you think about how many
definitely.
times in the 3 years that you see either Gary or like Giggs, Nikki, I think it is quite regular, and it's nice to know that they're interested and not just like a name to a business. They're invested in the students, not just the business side of it. But yeah, there was a number of times in different circumstances, like I went to the overlap a few times where Gary is a presenter on it with Carragher, which is a bit of a sore one as a United supporter. And then like you don't just see like the class of 92, you see other sports people. I think the King as well. Did we see the King or a Prince Charles? Prince Charles was on campus.
Seriously?
Yeah, but
So
we didn't
it was a
really see
Prince.
him,
I'm not sure
did
on the
we?
royal family.
I saw
him from the balcony.
at the top of his head, yeah.
Yeah.
We did, yeah.
Yeah. So you see like people that you would never ever expect to see in close proximity. Jordan Henderson was one.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah,
Forgot about
you-
that.
yeah.
I was in a meeting with him, I remember that.
I've gone really off topic because it was about Gary Neville in class of 92, but
I think
yeah.
we've got one more question. Just found it.
go on.
Found it. We're not
Plucked out of
searching.
thin air.
Yeah. Well, it's like 2 questions. But yeah. Are you glad you studied at UA92?
Yes.
definitely.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, good.
Collective.
Yes, same for me. Glad we're on an agreement. And then, if you could give one piece of advice to anyone thinking about coming to UA92, what would it be? I would say just do it. It's fun. You'll enjoy it.
Go for it.
Yeah, just do it for me as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, no brainer, really. You know?
Yeah.
I think from experience it's a no-brainer, and also if you do come to UA92, say yes to every opportunity.
Yeah,
Like there's so much that I did throughout my time at uni, and I was like, actually, this would never happen without. So yeah, the opportunities and pushing yourself out your comfort zone is going to get you the most out of it.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, thanks for watching. We've had so much fun. Hope you all enjoyed.